This is the Parra Podcast, proudly brought to you by major sponsor Jack's Pale Ale, exclusively available at Parramatta Leagues Club, and co-sponsors Bo Cook from Loan Market, Scott from Brightside Detailing and Ceramics, Shannon Cooney from Glenmore Park Realty, BTZD Clothing, the official clothing partner of the Parra Podcast, and the official media partner of the Parra Podcast, the Parramatta Times. Hello listeners, welcome back to the Parra Podcast. Now in this little short episode, these are my excerpts from the Talking Parra Podcast, of which I am a part of as well each week. Just a few Parramatta lads chewing the fat about each NRL round and previewing the game ahead and also reviewing the game that happened before as well. So that full episode of the Talking Parra Podcast is out now as well on Apple and Spotify, so please subscribe to that one as well. But these are just my little excerpts and thoughts on the Canterbury game and also the upcoming Brisbane Broncos game. So hope you enjoy this little format as well each week, and I'll hand it over to myself. Thank you very much for listening.
Troy, your thoughts on the game?
My thoughts on the game. Well, it was great to get back to CommBank Stadium, and interesting fact, it was the third highest attendance at the stadium in 4 years, that game against the Bulldogs, so 27,655. So the two, obviously the opening game in 2019 was the biggest, and then in 2022, last year's Easter Monday game was the second. So pretty surprising, that one. I thought there might have been a bigger crowd for a Penrith game, but wasn't to be. But look, we scored points, which was good. We only let in 4 points, which was even better. So our for and against got a little bit better into the positive now. I think plus 13. I think probably RCG's been listening to the podcast, maybe, along with other critics out there in the media as well about his performances. And well, how do you say?
I've got, look, before, do you want to do this now? Do you want me to make this now? That's never an easy thing to say.
Well, you're going to say it anyway because you jumped in.
Come under a bit of controversy, and you never want to start a podcast, but we've received some complaints, mainly from RCG himself, and I'd like to formally apologise to RCG for bagging him out last week. It come out he was in hospital in the days leading up to the game, so I've tore threads off him for playing like crap. We've given him an attitude problem. We've thrown him under the bus big time for the way he played.
Yes.
Another apology to make a bit later on when we go through our player performances, but continue, Troy.
Yeah, just before we move on, is there a player that you want to have a crack at this week to have another great performance, or are you going to get to that a bit later?
We'll get to that.
Okay. Yeah, so, he was outstanding. Obviously scored a try over the top of Mahoney, which was good. Gutho, he was outstanding as well. He's anywhere and everywhere, through that pass to Sivo and the kick for Sivo as well. What about his try-scoring record at CommBank? What is it, 40 tries out of 41 games. So if you're a gambling man like myself, if Micah Sivo is playing at CommBank, then get on for any time try scorer, because that's a good bet. But gamble responsibly. but gamble responsibly.
Troy won the whole $20.
We'll get to that later. But special shout out to Mitchell Moses for getting that ball out to Will Penasini, I think it was, to give him early ball and get him into that space. And that's what you've been calling for, Adam, the early ball to give him that space, which was great.
Don't worry, I've got a bone to pick there as well. Just roll on.
No worries, all right. And it was good to see Gutho with a black headband. He copped a head knock and was bleeding and had the old warrior look happening and going there. So, pleasing result and looking forward to this week. Just one other thing I forgot to say was there was a classic moment with Reedy, and that was Gutho.
Canterbury
got a penalty and Reedy's run up, and then Gutho's just kicked the ball back. So, a bit of sportsmanship there between mates. Just quickly going back to your point, Adam, of Gutho and his Harbour Bridge passes, there's a great picture from AS1 Images of Sivo's try, and you can see Sivo just off the ground reaching up for that pass. So if it's not for his athletic ability trying to catch that ball, that would have went sailing over the sideline.
Yeah. It's not good enough, and I wanted to call it out because I've been saying it for a while, but we need to find a way. We've got so many good ball players in our team that Gutho probably doesn't need to be involved in those backline plays.
Speaking of that, congratulations to Brendan Hands, signed until 2025 as well. But yeah, we're all right. We are a development club, so that's why we do have brought players like Hodgson to the club to develop our younger players. But
we let them go elsewhere.
Eventually sometimes. But what
Mick
do you
Innes
do?
is at the Bulldogs now from us last year, and look what he's done.
But yeah, just
nothing.
Made Reed a worse player.
Just back on what Hayden was saying and Joel, those bomb taking from Gutho from Burton's kick was outstanding. But my moment of the match was the first try because...
here we go. Mate, you can't pick a centre as a first try scorer every week.
Hang on. Did I pick Will last week?
No, because someone else did.
But I didn't pick him.
Matt, he's happy because it paid for his dinner last night.
But hey, gamble responsibly.
A cheeseburger.
Hey, gamble responsibly, mate. I increased my money by 10 times my money back.
Mate.
10 times my money.
So you got a large Big Mac meal instead of...
Yeah, absolutely. Got a caramel sundae as well, but Will Petticini, great try. That was my moment of the match.
I just hope you had water instead of Coke, Troy. You've got to look after that figure, all right?
Yeah, I know. Well, it's getting a bit hot in there, actually. A bit past it.
100%.
I just feel sorry for his dad, but because he's a massive Parramatta. He's a massive Parramatta fan. And
ask Hayden after the game.
I saw them.
See him, Troy?
I saw them in the club before the game, and he had his. So at the game, he had the Bulldogs polo on and a shirt underneath. At the Lees Club, when I saw them, he just had the shirt on underneath. So I don't know whether he's bought that at the ground or outside the ground, or what. But it must hurt him to wear that shirt, being an Eels fan.
Troy, your thoughts?
50.
Yeah, well,
not as a team on the game.
Watching the try.
He's just got another merch order.
Yeah, flying out the door. Anyway, to the game, 2IA Stadium, Darwin. Been there once. It's a round field, so that's going to be interesting to see how the players react to a round field.
So you'd say it's a oval?
No, actually round. It's an AFL. It's actually round at AFL field, so it's not a very good viewing field for spectators, especially on the sides, because it's a bit of a overlamp slant.
So what you're saying is we shouldn't be taking the game up there?
Well, no, it's great for the game because, we're all the NRL clubs are usually taking a regional game somewhere. I mean, the Panthers go to Bathurst, the Rabbitohs go to Mudgee.
Darwin, Bathurst, pretty similar.
Yeah, well, it's very, very regional, isn't it? Growing the game and stuff like that.
Nice this time of year.
One day they might have a game, a team from the Northern Territory, but look, it's going to be an interesting game. Obviously, the Broncos are on fire at the moment. Obviously, players to watch. You've mentioned a couple there, but another couple, probably Adam Reynolds. I don't think Parramatta's had a good record against Adam Reynolds. He last week, I think it was he's won every game he's played, the last 10 games against the Gold Coast. So I can't remember us beating the Broncos with Adam Reynolds in it, because I think last year when we played him, he was out. So.
I thought he got injured mid-game. I could be wrong. Did he
Well,
play in that
possibly. I'm not too sure, but
When we did the stream, I think
when he did play us at Combank Stadium last year, he won the game for the Broncos. But you also
He won a Logie as well in that game.
But he still did win the Broncos the game. But you got, you obviously Pat Carrigan and Jordan Ricky as well. Jordan Ricky scored a few tries the last couple of weeks. So they're on fire as well. So,
Mate, the whole team's ridiculous.
Well, they are.
I didn't think they were that good last week. I'm just putting that out there. And
agree.
Titans fell away.
I'm going to say this now. I think they've had the easiest start, besides Penrith. They've had the easiest start to the comp out of any team.
They have had, 6 games?
In Brisbane.
Five games in a row at Suncorp.
There you go.
They started the season off at Penrith, and then they had the game against the Gold Coast last week. So they've all been in Queensland except round one.
Penrith a bit flat round one. Brisbane turned up, but I'm not worried about this game. I personally believe they've barely played anyone. I think we can stick it to them. So we'll get to that in my prediction, though.
Okay.
Anything else to add, Troy?
Well, Dijon Arcee's been named 22. Do you reckon he's going to get a late call-up at all, or he's just there for cover?
He's probably just there to get the game day experience.
Well, the interesting thing is that
when he gets dropped out of the squad 24 hours before.
No, he's still warmed up in that with him. Like,
he goes to his crocodile and stuff, get the Darwin experience. So.
He gets to go at a crocodile.
He'll go to schools and stuff like that. There's a few of them extras up there as well that's not even named. So
if he was a fair thinking chance, I reckon it would have been last week, and he wasn't part of it. So
I heard also too that the training this week has changed up, or the last couple of weeks has changed up because of what happened last year against the Cowboys, where we obviously the effort wasn't there and we didn't turn up and absolutely got smashed. And so because of the Tigers game, what was the game before the Tigers game?
Who we played?
Roosters.
Yeah, who did we play? Yeah, Roosters. So between the Roosters and the Tigers game, there was 11 days break, so they didn't train really as intense as what they have. And then even this week is going to be a little bit. They're only going to have like one, possibly 1.5, 2 training sessions. They left today.
They went up today. They'll have captain's run tomorrow and then the game.
Yeah. So. And because we played on Sunday as well, so
yeah, the NRL's really looked after us. Thanks, NRL.
Yeah. And going off the photos this morning of the boys getting on and stuff, they look like they've all just woken up, so they're getting their rest. They're getting their rest well and truly in.
All right, Troy.
Troy, what happened to your extra last week? Josh Hodgson for a barge over, mate.
Did I say that?
Yeah, mate, I put money on that. Luckily, Sportsbet refunded that due to his illness.
Yeah, well, see, there you go. That's why I didn't put a bet on it, because inside information. But, look, I think the score will be something like 18-14. I think it's going to be a real close game. Look, it's going to be 28 degrees, 75% humidity on Friday night. But there's also, by the time kickoff comes around, there is the chance.
Troy, we want your bold predictions, not the weather report, mate.
There is the... Well, that's why I've gone 18-14, because I think it's going to be a reasonably low-scoring game.
Because he would have come out and gone, oh, can we get that a tick? It was 27 degrees and 75% humidity.
Okay, anyway, look.
I told you.
What's the sports bet's odds on the weather this week?
I haven't checked that one out. I'll get back to you on that one. But it's, look, 18-14, low-scoring game. Weather is going to play a part. First try scorer. Look, I'm going to go... no, I'm not going to go Will. I'm going to go Sean Russell. Go the other centre. I think he'll get a meat pie this week. And my bold prediction is that Parramatta will come from behind to win the game. We've seen that in times gone by, if we get behind, we get frustrated in that. But I think they'll be down, but then they'll come back and get the victory.
What? Hang on.
What do you mean by that? You got to go a point. You can't say come from behind. That could be a penalty goal.
I'm going to allow because
No, but look, as I said,
more than 6.5, I reckon.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it could be like 14-6 or something, then Parramatta comes back and wins the game. Something like that.
What we're going to stipulate this is
like
it's got to
the
be we've got to be behind by more than one try.
Yeah.
Everyone happy with that?
Yeah, okay,
Yep.
that'll do. Yeah, behind for more than one try, and Parramatta will come back and get the victory.